there were a lot of people that were interested, but there wasn't a platform for them to perform. Like bodybuilding mata थियो नि त.
And we were so surprised with all the people that were so strong in the Nepalese community. We didn't even realize, and we were finding so many different people, and then that's just how it kickstarted everything.
Powerlifting is something that will make you feel good about yourself. It will help you lose weight if that's what you want to do. It will help you protect your joints. So even when you're older, it's got a lot of benefits.
If you're stronger, then you can lift more, then you can look better. It just helps out in every way. It just works. So when I started doing it, I started noticing so much difference, and then I incorporated that into my my workouts, and it helped a lot.
Everyone starts at a point, yeah. Everyone's a beginner at one point, and it's like no one's gonna judge you. Most of the people won't even notice. Yeah.
This is the first start, so we're doing our first tournament. The day obviously consists of the 3 lifts, squat, deadlift and bench, and they get 3 attempts to do each lift.
The best thing is just to try it out, because it's something new you've never done, and if you never try it, you won't know if you'll enjoy it. As long as I can make a positive impact in the world in any form or way I can, I'd be happy. Like leave the world in a better place than I started it.
Damn.
Hey, hello, Namaste. This is Dinesh Roka and you're watching Inspire TV. Our guest today is a team of young, strong, fit and talented guys. They started a movement not long ago called UKNPL, which stands for UK Nepal Powerlifting. Basically, they represent all the Nepalese powerlifters here in the UK, and their aim is to inspire Nepalese people to take on powerlifting and to make their mark in the sports of powerlifting. So, ladies and gents, let me introduce you Abinash Nishchal from the UK Nepal Powerlifting team. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us there.
Thanks for having us there.
Welcome. I'm really glad you could all make it here, considering how long your journey was. Did you make it here all right?
Yeah, we both came from Bristol. We stayed over a couple of days, and yeah, we have 14 members missing, but they're still here in spirit. Let's say.
Yeah. Can you just mention their names?
We got Osim Rana, Asis Gurung, Avinash, Abhishek, sorry, Abhishek Joshi. Sorry, I just said his name. Yeah. Abhishek Joshi, and Diben Rapun.
Okay, but there are 6 of you guys.
6 of us in the team.
The bigger the better, right?
I guess it helps.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started now. Just introduce yourself. Like, what do you do? Your occupation, as well as what is your role in the team as well. So let's start with Nishchal.
Right now I'm working at a gym, so it kind of helps. Like I got free membership, and I'm actually training to join the army. So that's sort of like my goal at the moment. But obviously this is a passion of mine, and I'm sort of more, let's say, the social media. Each one of us has a role, but I help generally with all the powerlifting side. And more like on the Instagram, just social media, trying to help. But yeah, we help in every sort of aspect of what we need to do.
Right. What about Abinash?
म चाहिँ engineering गर्दैछु. So well, as a CAM, MOD को लागि. So right now I'm a satellite system engineer for a huge military SATCOM project. Ani as my role in UKNPL is I had an idea. And then I got my friends that supported me. And they founder, but yeah, co-founder, because we all like it's a bit of everyone different do so.
Yeah. Do you have a specific role in the team as everyone?
Kind of like the project manager, I guess. Like I drive everything. I try to dabble in everything.
I would say he's like the boss. The boss. As in like he does work really hard in all aspects, and then we all help, but he does do all the main good work too, if you know what I mean, and we help him alongside. Yeah.
Is he quite bossy around?
No, as in like, as in he takes like he's more like the leader, in all the things we do. Like say we have certain goals to hit, he'll put them out. Everyone does say, oh, we need to do this and that as well, but AJ drives us more, like pushes.
You need that leader, don't you?
Yeah.
That pushes you, drives you, motivates you,
But yeah, the team, the team works really well.
Yeah.
So if like it's in task, so everyone puts in a lot of work and effort, which makes it easy for everyone. So it's like quite. It's an event banner, everything's been going smooth so far. Like I'm just a major UK boss, and it's just because everyone's really works really good. As a team, we gel really well.
I don't know. We're working with the signature guys right now, and they said to us that each one of us has our own role. So like Dipen is like our graphic designer. He's like our artist, and he's amazing. And he did pretty much all the artwork for our previous events, and he's doing it for current, and he will do it for our future events. So like it's so lucky that we have him in the team, because anything design work, he's so good at it. We don't have to worry about it.
Start from scratch. He's just literally talented.
He'll draw straight onto the computer on Photoshop, and if you look at our previous posters for our events, he's the one who did it.
That's great.
Yeah.
You've got some talented guys in your team. You see, whenever I see people like yourself who are passionate about something, who, people that are inspiring, I get really curious about their story, and what makes them the way they are. So I just want to dive into your story and tell me how it all started. The UK Nepal Powerlifting. When did it all begin? How did the idea come about?
So I used to, because I got into powerlifting, like gym gardani, like I was into strength, and then I was like strength okay, powerlifting competition and I wanted to compete. Nepali and I looked for like a year, like but no one was doing it, and I used to think it'd be good if someone did it. And then I used to talk to people, maybe we should do something about it. We could do something about it. And त्यस्तै गर्दै August of I think 2018.
Yeah, it's been a year now. Yeah.
We formed a group, and we basically said let's make this happen. And then August we created a social media page, and then we were finding a lot of people that were interested, like strength training. So there were a lot of people that were interested, but there wasn't a platform for them to perform. Like bodybuilding mata थियो but strength training mata चाहिँ थिएन. And they were Rudenले चाहिँ मलाई भन्थे के त्यो तपाईको इभेन्ट थियो नि त हामी DYG event, Discover Your Gift
for the first time.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, I just make that. Sorry.
And then त्यो चाहिँ September.
I think it was like straight after August.
October.
Yeah.
So you would say you officially got started in August, around August last year.
August.
Yeah, I mean the idea was there,
Yeah.
and AJ was the one who came up to me as well.
Yeah.
But we've been friends for such a long time. But when he moved to Bristol, we became even closer, and because we worked out so much, literally every week we were working 3-4 times a week, working out, and then from that we sort of started pushing more onto Instagram. That's where we thought we would start, on social media, to reach out. And we were so surprised with all the people that were so strong in the Nepalese community. We didn't even realize, and we were finding so many different people. And then that's just how it kickstarted everything.
Right. As I can see, you both are really passionate about weightlifting, powerlifting. Are everyone in your team powerlifters?
Not
so everyone's different background, and the good thing about powerlifting is about beginner, intermediate, advanced, and you can all partake into it.
So what I mean is, does everyone in your group does some form of powerlifting?
I mean, they work out, but they do it differently. To say Asis, who he loves football, that's one of his other passions as well, and he's recently started doing more deadlifts and squats, just so he has more power.
Okay.
And that translates to football.
Okay, that makes sense. What about you two? How long you been doing it for?
म चाहिँ on and off बस्छु हैन. So first time gym गएको त maybe start of uni,
Yeah.
and then, but then it's been very inconsistent, and it's only like the past last year or 2 years that I've been trying to be more consistent.
I'm just trying to think. I think I was like in year 7 when I was like looking at Bruce Lee and I wanted to look like him. I bought dumbbells and I started working out when I was 6. But like I think everyone knows if they're a bodybuilder or any sort of like weightlifting, powerlifting, like you go through trial and error. And I did that for so long. And then I'm more of a traditional bodybuilder, you know, just like does like sculpting their body more than strength. But then when AJ introduced me to strength, saying like, look, if you're stronger, then you can lift more, then you can look better. It just helps out every way. It just works. So when I started doing it, I started noticing so much difference, and then I incorporated that into my my workouts, and it helped a lot.
I don't know if I heard this wrong, but I heard bodybuilders don't like powerlifters.
There's like a sort of.
I disagree. I think
Yeah.
there's any bodybuilders to get to where their level of like any I guess aesthetics and they have to be strong. So I'd say like bodybuilders like they do strength training and bodybuilding. So it's a bit like it complements
I mean, it's
each
like
other.
it's so they're doing the same work, not the same workouts, and so let's say same exercises, but the goals are different. So say like a powerlifter wouldn't care if they have a 6-pack, because you know they're not showing their 6-pack. They're wearing a onesie for their lifts, and all their goal is strength, like to hit the most max weight they can.
Yeah.
But for a bodybuilder, they need to look, you know, chiseled, like 6-pack, just perfectly proportioned, and just cut.
Yeah.
What powerlifter?
But the
doesn't
main
do.
strength is what you need in both powerlifting and right. But
Yeah, for bodybuilders,
complements.
it's good that
It's
if you're
good,
stronger.
it's good to have.
Yeah.
It's
Mm,
good to be
good to
strong
have,
and
yeah.
you know be able to lift you know that weight.
Yeah.
So quick question: one thing that you love about powerlifting?
Me.
Yeah.
I can go against myself. Like,
Okay.
I would say that.
What about
It's just
Ace?
setting goals,
Yeah.
and then when you hit them,
Mm.
you feel really good.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. So although powerlifting as a sports and exercise has been here for a long, long time, but there are still so many people who are not aware of powerlifting because maybe like they're not into fitness or lifting. If someone came to you like who doesn't know anything about powerlifting, how would you explain it to them? What powerlifting is?
So I'd tell them, powerlifting is something that will make you feel good about yourself. And it'll help you lose weight if that's what you want to do. It will help you protect your joints. So even when you're older, it's got a lot of benefits. So I will put you older and that your knee joints are like they start wearing out.
Yeah.
But if you're powerlifting like correctly or bodybuilding, so in any type of weight, like free weight exercise, it will help you when you're older as well.
Okay.
So you're less likely to be injured when you're like 60, 70, 80. I think it's really good to be
So
fit
there are
and
some health
active.
benefits then, yeah?
Also,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like loads of people do work out, but some people just think we're working out just to look bigger and things like that. But there's loads of health benefits as well in the future,
Yeah.
like in long term, and like touching what AJ just said about feeling good. Like sometimes when you're having a bad day,
So yeah, feeling good. I think feeling good also.
like it releases
makes you
endorphins, and then you go work out and you just feel better. Sometimes like
Yeah, it makes you confident, right?
yeah,
It's-
confidence is a big thing
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
So moving on from there, as you said, there are a lot of physical benefits, but are there any mental and emotional benefits? I think feeling good is one of them. Are there any other mental benefits?
yeah, I would say so. Yeah, no, like I would say when I was working out and when I was not working out, like there was a huge difference. Like mentally, like I feel like how AJ said, like, when you set goals. So if I say, oh, I want to hit this number for this exercise, and then once you actually reach there, you feel so good, and then a couple of months later, that goal is actually just like it's so far now, and you're so ahead that you've reached something, like you're progressing,
Yeah.
and just like sort of helps out everywhere else as well.
That's good. As you know, there are a lot of people around here who suffer from stress, which is a daily part of life, anxiety, depression. Have you ever experienced mental health issue or know someone who's experienced them?
So personally, say I haven't experienced it myself. I mean, actually, stress on that, like uni mount that stress on the coursework, exam, deadline, or so to go into the gym, that would kind of relieve the stress. So I'd say personally, Bossa. How about?
Me, I would. It took me a long time to kind of admit it, but I had alopecia, which like a couple of my friends have had, And when I saw it, they had it. It was kind of, I was like, shocked because like you're just losing patches of hair on your head and your body. And when I got it, I didn't really like face it. But then after a little while, I realized from my fiance that my confidence was going down, and I did stop gymming, like I just said, like going to the gym. Sorry, not gymming, working out. And then once I started getting back, like I was having a lot of medicine and like ointments on to get my hair back, but then I completely stopped the medicine, and I was just constantly going to gym, just trying to feel better. And my hair grew back, and I feel a lot better, I feel more confident. So I would say, yeah, it has helped me a lot. Like, but it took me a long time to say that, oh yeah, something like I feel different. But now I feel so much better. I mean, like I think a couple of years ago I wouldn't be here like talking.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to do this.
Yeah. That's really interesting. I guess it does have some mental health benefits. I think people maybe who are stressed, anxious, or depressed, I think if they were to go into some sort of fitness activity like powerlifting, maybe it could.
I would say like the hardest thing to do is actually go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like if you've got a gym that is literally 5 minutes away, you'd go there all the time. But if it's half an hour away drive, like you got to think about traffic and things like that. But once it's right next to you, or if it's close, like that's the hardest bit. Like once you're in, you're in.
And another hard thing is obviously you can go to the gym, but just going to the free weight section is quite intimidating. Like even for me when I first started, like I'd see like and I'm like, why am I doing there? Do I belong? What you need to understand is everyone starts at a point. Everyone's a beginner at one point, and it's like no one's gonna judge you. Most of the people won't even notice. So you just go for yourself. Don't think about what other people will think. Just because you're doing something good for yourself.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't really take into account what other people would say.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to better yourself. So why, like, sacrifice that if you think, oh, that person's gonna judge me?
Yeah.
So just be yourself. And
I guess that's a big thing, being afraid of what other people think. That judgment.
Yeah, you think like in the gym when you're working out and you're looking in the mirror or you're looking everywhere, you think people are actually looking at you, but they're not. They're just concentrated on their own workout, what they need to do, and like you're just there by yourself.
Yeah.
It's kind of therapeutic because like you're just working out with yourself, and just trying to become better. But then you look around, you think people are looking, but they're not.
Yeah. I don't know about other people, but I think they do look at you. Nishchal.
A little bit.
They check you out. Don't they?
I'm just there flexing.
Right. Quickly mentioning that you've got a meet coming very soon. Powerlifting competition, 27th of September. Tell us a little bit about that. What it all involves.
I mean, so like, I think when we were talking about earlier, there was no platform. First we started off with the Instagram.
Yeah.
But if you look how big the football scene is now, there's so many tournaments, so much exposure. Like we want to be at that level with the meets, and then hopefully in the future, we want to be able to sponsor Nepalese athletes, and maybe even go to like in the world levels, stuff like that. So this is the first start. So we're doing our first tournament. There's so much stuff that we have to get over and overcome and for that meet, but it's getting closer and closer. And the day obviously consists of the 3 lifts, squat, deadlift, and bench, and they get 3 attempts to do each lift. And obviously, it's your own how do you say, like your own choice of what weights you need to do. So you don't have to go in there and thinking like, oh, I have to hit a certain amount because this guy's doing it. It's like, no, sometimes you just need to go there by yourself, and this is the numbers that I've hit, and maybe next time when the next meet is there, like I want to beat that. So this is the first meet, and then hopefully all the people that will compete, and then next time they'll try and better themselves. In the couple of months that we'll do the next one.
I think it's about, rather than competing with other people, just competing with yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of people have like, because I've been trying to get, oh, you should like compete, and they'll be like, I'm not strong enough. But powerlifting, it's not all about how strong you are compared to others, and whatever you do, because this is the first platform, and you will be setting your competition best, and it's all about taking those numbers in the future and improving them.
Yeah. Let's have a quick fire question. So I'm gonna say a word, and you're gonna tell me, answer back with one word. You're gonna answer quick.
Okay.
First thing that comes into your mind: life,
Death.
Oh my god.
It's a circle of life.
Yes,
Lion
it is
King, that's
true.
it. Lion King.
All right, Nishchal. Happiness.
Garima. Sorry, I don't know.
That's
sorry.
That's
Really
a
cute.
really good
That's
answer.
really cute.
Garima's his fiance.
When you said life, I was like goals, and then you said death. I was like, oh my god.
All right. Easy one for you. Easy. Powerlifting.
Fun.
Okay. And this is easy one for you as well. Health.
Benefits. Oh my god.
Okay.
No, that's good.
I don't know. This came out.
Okay. Tough one for you. Easy.
Okay.
Money.
Happiness.
Okay.
Kind of.
Tough one. God.
Savior.
Mm.
Yeah.
Are you Christian?
No. As in like I'm quite religious, so I would say you
Okay.
know.
Good. I like that answer. Okay, that's it. So
Cool.
that's done. Let's go into some of the really heavy questions. What obviously you've come quite far considering how you were just a year ago, right? You've come a long way in just a year. So what are some of the challenges that you've had to overcome along the way to get to this point?
So obviously we've the hardest I think is making sure everyone is like exposed, awareness.
Yeah, I think you were saying earlier about when you talk about powerlifting,
Yeah.
they have this image of just big guys just pulling a lot of weight, but it's not that. We want to tell the audience or everyone who's watching and people that come to the meet, looking at our Instagram, that it's 3 lifts, but we are doing other lifts other exercises as well to help us, for those lifts. And it's not about the numbers like, oh, I benched, 150. Like, that's quite a big number. Like, if you can hit the number that you want and you're happy with that, then that's good. Like, they have this image of just, you have to do loads of weight. Like, all right, this guy can deadlift like 200, and I'm nowhere near that. But I'm all right with what I'm doing right now, and he's helping me a lot with, I just did 132.5. And yeah, so 70 kg, which is quite a big difference. But I'm happy with what I'm doing, and he's helping me, and I'll slowly maybe get there. But it's just about your own, like, what you want to lift.
Yeah.
And we're trying to tell the people that the big lifts doesn't matter. Like, it's about what you do.
Yeah.
Because they're scared to do the tournament right now, and we're telling everyone to come just to do. Just to do it, and it doesn't matter if you do big or lightweights, just to do the lifts.
Sure, that's good. Who are your inspiration in your life? Who do you look up to and why?
So, mostly I'd say my dad. And then dad's had a huge influence to me career-wise as well. Our dad, QG, Mateo Queen's Gurkha Engineering Regiment. That made me want to do engineering. And obviously he's been very active being a Gurkha and the elite soldiers. So that's kind of got me into fitness. And then dad's always taken us like traveling, Batsam Nani, which kind of ignited my passion for traveling.
Right.
And then doing like treks like Annapurna Base Camp trek, Dad Sita Goreko, Punil Pun Dad Sita. So I'd say my dad's my biggest inspiration.
What about you, Nish?
I did say Bruce Lee earlier, but I would have to say my dad again. Yeah, I mean, since I was young, like, he's treated me like a prince. He was. I know this sounds stupid, but he was like the king of like the Gao, and like he was always like treasured me like a prince, saying like, you need to grow up and you need to take care of your family. That's the first most important thing, and then you need to give back to your Gao. You need to go back and teach in the school. You need to do this and that. So, from like where we are from, Nepal in the Gao, where there's nothing there, from where we are right now, we've got houses, cars, and everything like that. He always tells me to go back to Gao and to give back. So that's like the 2 biggest things, like family and Gao, like where you're from. And he's always wanted to be number 1. Like, it's so hard to please him sometimes, but he expects that from me. So even if I say I've done this, he'll go, good, but you need to do this, you need to do that. So he always pushes me. It's got hard sometimes, but like, I wouldn't be here if he hadn't pushed me that hard yet. And I'm still not there yet. I would always push more because of him.
That's great. I'm more curious about your first answer, which is Bruce Lee.
Yeah. No, like everyone watched like Bruce Lee films when they're younger, and like the first one I watched, I was like, oh my god, like this guy, like just look at him and he just moves so fast. He's just everything, and like it's quite sad that he died quite young, because imagine what he could have done right now. But let's say like in bodybuilding, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then like if you think about Asian side, you think about Jackie Chan, but then there's Bruce Lee. Like if you just see his physique.
Yeah, we got a Bruce Lee poster upstairs.
Really?
I had one like on my front door in my room, like I couldn't enter without looking at it.
Tahu kau ni inspiration Bruce Lee ke?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, there are many, but yeah, he's I think one of them. I like one of his interview where he says, "Be water."
Yes, yeah, that is the best one.
Yeah. So this is for both of you, starting with AZ. What advice would you give people, young or old, doesn't matter, who wants to try powerlifting, but they're not too sure because of various reasons, maybe lack of information, lack of knowledge, lack of confidence, maybe lack of support? How would you encourage them?
So I think the easiest way to encourage them is it's just right now we're in the information age.
Yeah.
There's so much platforms, like you can go to YouTube, watch videos, Instagram, Snapchat, and I think the best thing is just to try it out, because it's something new you've never done, and if you never try it, you won't know if you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
So my first thing would be try it out, maybe go with someone who does it.
Yeah.
So I've had quite a few friends that have come up to me, and I have shown them like going to the gym, and obviously I'm a powerlifter, but if they're more interested in bodybuilding, I try to help them with that. So it's just trying what works for you.
Sure.
And it's just taking the first step.
Yeah, he didn't like it when we were clashing, because I wanted to do bodybuilding workouts, he wanted to do powerlifting workouts. We go back and forth, and we sort of found the middle.
Merged it, didn't we?
Yeah, so we found like best of both worlds. So like we were hitting our strengths, but then we were trying to sort of look good as well in a way. But I've given up with that. I'm going with powerlifting a bit more now. Yeah. I still do my like little workouts, but like my main core lifts will be like powerlifting, like bench, dead, and squatting.
Yeah. I mean, I go to gym every now and again, but powerlifting is something that I haven't maybe I've done like yourself. I've done more like bodybuilding type of exercises rather than powerlifting, but I really want to try that.
We should have a session.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean
together.
Well, this is sort of we've got so much plannings, but this is one little thing that we've wanted to do in the future, is where we would go to places like our followers or anyone that wanted little information, and then we would work out with them for a day or so, and just go through the its and bits and like of little tweaks and stuff like that. But that's in the future.
So we kind of do that right now whenever we do meet friends or
like we do that, but like we're maybe like focusing, like say if someone like asks us as in our first meet, like when we did the squatting demonstration, and some people were asking loads of questions, things like that. We had a little time to answer them. But like if we actually go to some people, I mean, like we know bits about powerlifting, but we don't know everything. But we can still help, from face to face. So that's in the future. We're going to try and do it as much as we can. Yeah.
Good. Where do you see UK Nepal Powerlifting in, let's say, 5 years?
So 5 years time, I'd say we'll be hosting like regular meets, and we want to sponsor our young athletes, not young athletes, Nepalese athletes, to go into like British national powerlift nationals, and then like 5 years time is a long time, and then hopefully we can have Nepalese powerlifting in the world stage. So sponsoring people is what we want.
Like what you aim to make their mark.
I mean, the fitness community in Nepal is like, it's booming now. It's just going crazy in Nepal, because like, if you went to Nepal a couple of years ago, like I don't think there would have been a gym like at this point as well, because like I was in Pokhara and I didn't know there was a gym, so I filled up a bucket Baltin with water, and I was doing some shoulder workouts because I didn't think there was a gym there. And then like I went back a couple of years later, and then there were so many gyms here and there, and then people actually working out. They didn't have the best of like knowledge on everything, but they were still working out, going through trial and error. But now, like, I would say there's loads of people, lifters, like, coming out of Nepal right now, and they are really strong people. Like, we just haven't discovered everyone yet.
That's good.
Nepal Mani, they've been hosting powerlifting meets, so I think there's like bar benders, Pump Fest or goddess. So
Pump Fest is on like 3 or 4 now. I think.
Pump Fest 3, 4, and Gym Khana Leni. I think they're organizing one actually. I think it's like maybe 2 weeks before our event.
Yeah.
So we'd want to kind of collaborate or like work with Nepalese go meter and try to Anjani
Yeah,
as a whole ge.
Yeah, hopefully go to Nepal as
So
well.
obviously I'm
compete
UK
there
Nepal
and
so
then
and about Nepal pani sa and
Yeah.
Work together.
yeah.
That's good. Sounds like an interesting plan.
Okay.
Here's a fun fact about powerlifting. I don't know if it's true or not. I've heard there is a deadlifting stance called double suitcase. Is that true?
Double suitcase.
Double
Double
suitcase.
suitcase.
Okay, I haven't heard this.
Yeah.
term.
Oh my god.
Like, where did you search
Yeah.
this? What?
Oh, man.
Double
But
suitcase.
there's one called
Double.
sumo, right?
Sumo.
So,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah. I mean, we did some.
Did you know that Marilyn Monroe, she's got a nice figure. She owes that part to lifting.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Also, another fact: bench press is the only lift performed at the Paralympics powerlifting competition.
I think that that's true, and they're very strong.
Yeah.
I think some of the Paralympians hold like world bench records.
Yeah.
'Cause it's very strong upper body.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so tell our audience where is this competition happening, when, quickly.
It's happening in Brixton. If you follow us on Instagram, all the information is there.
So is that how they get in touch with you?
Yeah, we've also got Facebook as well. So there's a lot of ways to get in touch with us, and we've got all the information there. But the main thing is it's in London, Brixton. The address is there, but we're doing it at DW Fitness Gym.
Yeah.
And
is that near not Brixton? Or
Yeah,
is that
it's in
inside Brixton. Yeah.
Inside, okay.
So even if you haven't done the application online, you can still show up on the day and do all the signing and everything and still compete on the day. So it's okay if you haven't done the application. You can still show up on the day, and if you come there at 12 and we'll start doing the whole thing. The only thing I would say you might have to prep before is the weight, because we have certain categories, and that's the only thing you might have to prep if you want to.
Even if you're not competing, like it'd be really good to have all like the supporters and to support all the individual athletes and
Yeah. So that's happening on 27th September in Brixton, and you've got after party, is it?
Yes, yeah,
So the entry fee includes both the competition and after party, correct?
So if you bought the tickets for the after party, which is reboot,
Yeah.
you get free entry to our event.
Okay.
And then athletes are like you'd say or so.
Yeah, we saw some deal out for the athletes, but it's connected because both of the days is like together, like Signature Day, and we're working together for both days. They're helping us with that, and we're trying to help them as much as we can with theirs.
In the location, so it's maybe 5 minutes walk.
Did you say it's a separate days?
No,
No, it's on the same day.
Same day.
It's just like it's a day and a night. So
Okay,
but we're doing a whole day. Yeah.
And they're like 5 minutes away venue get from the day event to the night event. They're very close by.
Okay, that's good. We're coming towards the end now. Do you is there anyone you would like to mention or thank particularly?
We've had such a lot of background support that we can't mention because there's so many people that have helped us. Like even Dai has helped us. Like amazing hosting at our meet and greet event, Dai. And it's just there's so many people that have helped us.
Yeah, you gave us our first chance, on just doing that presentation on DYG, man. That was our first start. And then from there, I think we got loads of followers from there. That's how maybe... Yeah, I mean, it all worked out, for our first event. Like, I don't think if we didn't do your event, then we would have maybe not got that many people come in. And then that's just helped push us more. And going from that, Signature Days right now, they've helped us so much. I mean, like, we would say, like they sort of, like, we were, like, sort of babies, and they've, like, literally, like, helped us grow up in this sort of like event planning, just everything right now. Like we're learning every week. They're just teaching us a new thing about this and that. Like, oh, you don't do this. Like, the way to approach this is this. So I would say, shout out to Signature Dai. They're done amazing.
Nasib Dai
and Suman Dai. Yeah. So I would say they helped us so much now that we've grown so much since like just talking to them, meeting up with them. Just from this short time, we've learned so much from them.
Yeah, that's really good. It's good to have that support, isn't it?
Yeah, so like mentoring us, they've been really good.
It's really nice.
I mean, Asim, he's like one of the lifters as well. He helps us out on the Instagram as well. He's quite social and he knows a lot of people. He's got good links and and to be fair, from last year to like now, he's like performance like on all of his lifts has gone like skyrocketed. He's become so much better. He's doing the same thing as me. He's applying to the army, but he's working out. It's just gone skyrocketed. Like he's been amazing. Yeah.
So मेरो आफ्नो dad चाहिँ Ovi, he's financial sector मा काम गर्छ, and of the team he does a lot of project management as well, and he looks at the financial side as well. And then Asis.
Asis is helping out with the same sort of thing in the business and financial side. I mean, they both work well together.
Yeah,
you
so
know,
they
to help
gel
us.
well.
So like, say if me and AJ are doing, just the powerlifting, what we have to do on the day, the lifts, things like that, they will help us out with, booking the place and how much we're projected to get and things like that. And obviously Dipen does all the artwork, and Osim will.
He's
all
all-rounder,
all round as well. Yeah.
That's good. You got a really nice, tight, strong team.
Also.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Right?
That's true.
Okay. Lastly, what kind of impact or what kind of contribution do you want to make in the world?
I think as long as I can make a positive impact in the world in any form or way I can, I'd be happy. Like, leave the world in a better place than I started it, if that makes sense. So always look for things, always try to improve positivity.
Okay. I think for me, what I touched on earlier, I said obviously dad is the hero, but like my mom as well. Like the village that they are in right now, some of the kids had to leave the school because there wasn't enough funding, and like it just didn't work. So they all had to leave their parents, and then they had to move down to Pokhara to study. And my dad is trying to help as much as he can by even paying the tuition of one teacher by himself, solely himself, and then help out. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to go back and help the children, like, with their education. My dad, obviously all our Nepalese dads would say education, but in Nepal it's true. It's like my dad went from the Gao, got a scholarship, and then I ended up here just because of what he did, just from the school. So I would say I want to give back in school in the Gaos in Nepal. Not just, the cities, like the rural areas. And hopefully if I can just touch my Gao and then help them, and then we can just spread out and help more around there. I would say that,
It's really nice. That's really nice. I thought you were going to say, my dad is the king of the village. I'm going to be the king of the world.
Take the throne.
Take the throne, yeah. Again, to end the interview, I want to say again, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure and fun talking to you.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Thank you again for taking your time. You guys are really busy with the event and all that, but you still came down. Really appreciate it and really enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and also good luck for the meet on 27th. Hope it goes well, and
we'll see you there.
We'll
Competing.
I hope it will be a success. All the best for your future projects as well.
Awesome.
Thank you guys
you,
for coming out. Thank you.
Thank you.